Welcome to Off the Post, including myself, SJ, Nishka, and Hoosie. Good evening, guys. Welcome to our first ever podcast of Off the Post.
Good evening, SJ. It's exciting times. Excited to get this going.
Afternoon, gentlemen. Hope you are all well.
Hoosie's disappointed us with no camera. Hopefully we have that camera up for next week. You bloody bastard. Anyway, Off the Post, let's talk about it. So, first week of the Premier League, guys. What was our thoughts?
Yeah, it was an interesting start to the season. A couple of surprising results. I think Leeds are going to be a lot better than what people are giving them credit for. They put up a good performance, I thought, of Everton. So that was probably my standout out of all the teams.
Yeah, I'm about the same, but my surprise was Sunderland. I reckon Sunderland's also going to be a very big shout this year. They're going to want to stay up, so it'd be interesting to see come end the season who we actually see go down.
Yeah, no, I thought Sunderland, beating Hammers. That was a big, obviously, result for them. Obviously, signed some very good players. Obviously, one of our old captains. Where's the badge? There it is. Haka has gone to Sunderland, of all places, and they've just signed Mukiele as well from PSG. So some big signings, and they look like a really good club that look where they belong. It's been a long 5 years, I think it is, that they've not been in the Premier League. So do you think they're going to do better than Newcastle this season with the drama that's going on at the moment with them?
Yes.
I can't say I'm doing better than Newcastle, but I definitely think they've got a good chance of finishing sort of like that 10 to 12 range, I think.
Prediction?
Yeah, somewhere in that mid. I think Leeds will be very similar. I think they'll be in similar position. I reckon both those two teams.
Okay, all right. Any chat? If you're listening in, give us your prediction. What you think? Do you think Sunderland are going to be better than Newcastle? I'll just put this message in here. Sunderland or Newcastle? Let us know in the chat. And get amongst it. All right, well, let's start off with the first game of the season. And we'll go with you, Nishka, as you're wearing that lovely red heap of shit.
It's a bit of a strange game. I thought defensively we looked pretty shaky. Like with the new signings coming in, that we struggled defensively, but we showed our attacking prowess again. I think with the likes of Gakpo, you still got Salah, and I think Ekitike. I like the look of him. So I don't know if we need to be spending all this money going for Isak, but yeah, the attacking front we look strong. But give Bournemouth credit, they're a pretty good side. Especially Smato, he's good, very good player. I think Bournemouth are going to do quite well this season as well. So they'll be one to look out for, see how they progress through as the weeks go on.
Well, they definitely gave you a bit of a scare coming that 76th minute, whatever it was, bringing that 2-2.
Yeah, definitely. We left it late to get the job done. But that's typical of how Liverpool's sort of been over the last couple of seasons anyway. Just finding a way to get the job done, which is probably something you probably wouldn't have seen sort of pre-Klopp. That's kind of the games we used to always lose. So yeah, it's good they've kind of built that up in them. So yeah, hopefully we're in for another good season.
Okay. What about you, Hoosie? What's your thoughts to Liverpool's first game of the season?
I reckon, in my opinion, they've come out firing. Yeah, you had that shaky near the end of the game, but they probably a lot of those players had that in them for doing the win for Jota, as you would have seen. Going back to the German league, off topic with Diaz, they're doing his first goal for Bayern Munich for Jota. So I reckon it'd be something a lot more based around that, in my opinion. A bit more heartfelt.
Yeah, there definitely would have been a lot of those boys affected by that too emotionally. So, yeah, it's easy to get caught up in that as well when you're playing. So it'd be interesting to see what happens sort of after the first 3 weeks, whether that whether they settle the emotions or whatever, get right in their groove. Then yeah, but that definitely would have.
About yourself, SJ?
I was quite disappointed.
Elaborate.
Elaborate.
Oh, they look shaky. Look extremely shaky at the back. Van Dijk, obviously, world-class defender. Don't get me wrong. You know, obviously come from Celtic, and Liverpool has just made him as a defender. But you know, to let Semedo run all the way through the midfield and then just like stand off him and let that, you know, score. You know, that's poor defending as well, especially to come back into 2-2. If Liverpool didn't have the firepower, and as much as I don't really rate Chiesa, to be honest with you, I think he's better for his international club than he is actually club football. He obviously stepped up, you know, and sometimes you get those goals, but Bournemouth could have probably had a penalty. That was a big shout. And I thought they played really, really well compared to obviously getting rid of Dejan Hujan to Real Madrid. And I think Justin Kluivert wasn't playing either. You know, and Semio is such a good player. He was obviously looked at in the transfer market. And Van Assen, he didn't really do much up front, but the one thing you've got to worry about Liverpool is their firepower. You know, they're up the top is ridiculous, and obviously there was a lot of pressure probably on Hugo Yantiki, whatever bloody hell is his name. It's a bit of a mouthful, that name. And Salah just pops up every time, doesn't he? You know,
Yeah.
so I was quite disappointed. I thought Liverpool would have probably easily won that game, maybe a 3-1, but 4-2. You probably look at that game and think, oh, it's justified, 4-2. But really, when you look at it, it could have been 3-2 to Bournemouth. It could have been 2-2, you know. And I think they gave Bournemouth a little bit of Liverpool a bit of a scare as well, especially at Anfield. You know, it's a place, like it's a fortress to get results. But the question will be asked, is Wirtz worth the money? Is he going to do what's needed? And is obviously the striker situation going to do what they needed? They've just got rid of Nunes to Al Hilal for like 60 million. So, defensively, problem for me.
The question I was actually going to ask you is what did you just make of Florian Wirtz's debut in the Prem?
I'll keep that opinion to myself.
Yeah. I don't know. The verdict's out. I don't know.
It's 120 million, Mishka. Like, seriously, is he worth it?
Well, it's one game. So you can't judge a guy on one game. Sometimes it takes these guys 5-6 games to settle into the Premier League and the different intensity that the Premier League brings. So it'd be interesting to see if he can adjust. But like you say, it's a lot of money.
It is. It is a lot of money. A lot of money.
Yep.
All right. Well, we've talked about Liverpool. Let's go over to our next game. We'll go over these quickly because there's not really much to talk about. Aston Villa and Newcastle. What a shit game.
That was the worst game of the weekend. That was horrendous. It was,
Couldn't watch it.
I watched it when I was talking to you online.
I couldn't watch it.
It was crap. Like, they went down to 10 men,
and
Newcastle just couldn't get the job done.
Yeah, I thought after the red card, it would have.
You could tell they were missing Isaac. Isaac wasn't there. You could tell Newcastle had nothing up top.
Yeah. Is all the Isak drama, is that distracting them, do you think?
I reckon. They played Gordon as a centre 10, and he usually is a winger. So you're missing that out-and-out striker that they had with Isak. So that could even be affecting them on the top of that.
Yeah. On the flip side, are we disappointed with Aston Villa as well?
Yeah.
We expecting more of them after the season they had last season?
For me, yeah, like they've managed to keep quite a few other players. Tielemans, they've managed to keep. Bailey's just gone to Roma. And Watkins, United were humming and hawing. Arsenal were going in for him as well. They've managed to keep Watkins. So I thought he would have been on the scoring sheet, but no. It was actually probably McGinn that was probably one of the best players on the pitch, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's saying
and Cash.
Yeah, well, yeah. Yeah, I expected more out of Newcastle. That midfield that they got to is very strong midfield. You got Gumaraj, Tonali, these guys. You expect these guys to be pulling the strings for Newcastle, and they just weren't.
No. I've put a question in there. Should Isak leave?
Do you want to hear a funny thing? Me being a Liverpool supporter, I think no. I don't want him to.
Really?
No, I don't want us to become this team where that's spending millions and millions and millions and millions to try and make, like, we're going away from what we've done for the last five, 6 seasons, where we've built a strong core, strong team, and come through together. Now we're just buying players left, right, and centre to try and I don't know what we're trying to do.
Who's he? Isak leave or not?
Yes, I reckon it'd be better for his career, on a career top of that for him, but I wouldn't want him to go to Liverpool.
That relationship's tarred, though, isn't it, between him and Eddie Howe now? That's done. The question is like, how many times when a player stays at a club that they don't want to be in, but then doesn't get the transfer?
Yes, we'll get to a point where he'll leave on a free transfer. That's where it will get to. Because he won't want to sign that new extension, and he'll just have to go for free.
A player of his talent going for free. I cannot believe we're going to be saying that, but that is the case, I guess. All right, well, we put some comments in there of should Isak leave. Feel free to put your comments in what your thoughts are. We'll go over to the next game. Bit of a boring game. Brighton and Fulham, 1-1. Thought we might see a little bit more from that. Brighton have managed to keep Baleba from Man United, which is obviously for now. Well, what did Brighton want? What, like 115 million?
Yeah, something like that.
Has he got gold on his boots?
Yeah, I didn't catch much of this. Yeah, I didn't catch much of this game, so I can't say I can have too much of a comment about it.
Yeah, I didn't watch that game at all.
But yeah,
there you go. Well, obviously that means not much for Brighton and Fulham. We'll go over to Sunderland and West Ham. We talked a little bit about Sunderland. Great result for Sunderland in the Premier League. First game of the season, 3-0 against Hammers. Don't they look crap at the moment? They look like they're going to be in serious problems if they don't sort it out.
Yeah, it's very worrying for West Ham. If you're a West Ham fan, yeah, you'd be very concerned, I think, and you could be in for a long season.
Like, even the talent West Ham have, they're not that bad, but it's just like they're not gelling at all. That Sunderland team had a point to prove, reason they're back in the Prem. And yeah, it'd be a very interesting team to see how Sunderland go against the top 6. That is for sure.
Okay. Well, I'm going to put another poll in. Here we go.
Do you think West Ham's missing Kudus?
Yes.
Big time?
Definitely.
Yeah, I think
the
so.
Whole new formation as well. They got Wan-Bissaka playing in Kudus' position.
They've lost a bit of their spark there, I think. And yeah, it's hard to see. It's hard to see anybody who's there that can provide it. They're a very dour-looking team, I reckon, at the moment.
I can agree.
All right. Good answer. Well, I've put a poll in there. Feel free to get your votes in. West Ham staying up or going down? Obviously, people are saying 100% at the moment, staying up. we'll leave that vote up there a bit longer and see how we go. But I think they're in a bit of trouble, and obviously not the best of starts for them. Obviously 3-0 against Sunderland. So it'll be interesting to see when we talk later on about match week number 2. Right, next team, Tottenham Burnley. I think it was a bit of a. I should be saying this because I am wearing an Arsenal shirt. I think it was a easy result, wasn't it? Really, Burnley. No Vincent Kompany, he's left. New team promoted. Tottenham obviously needed to see what they got. I don't think they were going to lose that game, to be honest with you.
Rich Allison for going for goal of the year already with that fantastic finish.
Thanks for that, Hoosie.
I think, I don't know. I think it's hard to judge Tottenham at the moment. We'll get a better gauge this week, I think. But yeah, all they could do is keep trying to win these games. Obviously last season they struggled. They struggled big time. They need a fair bit out of Brennan Johnson. I think Brennan Johnson's a player to watch this season for them. But I think Burnley. I think out of the new boys, I think they're going to be in a struggle town. I think.
Comment in the chat. Horrible chat. Daniel Bowman. Thank you very much, mate. Love the support there in the chat. Love it. Horrible chat. Well, look forward to seeing what you're going to be wearing next week when you jump on the show. So appreciate that. Hope you're enjoying the concept.
No mankinis, Daniel.
Yeah. No. This show is not past 9 o'clock, so cannot swear. Even though we've started swearing already. All right. And we'll go over to the next game, Wolves and Man City. Bit of a whitewash there, wasn't it, for Man City?
Definitely.
Literally wiped the floor with Wolves. And probably player to stand out had to be Reinders.
Yeah, he looks a very good player, doesn't he, SJ?
What a debut.
Yeah. Yeah, I liked it. He played really well, but I think Wolves is probably one of my tips to actually go down. I think they're going to be in a struggle town this year.
Okay,
it was just normal business for Man City. They're coming back, especially after not even finishing in the top 2 last season. They're going to want to push to get back to where they were. But I'm surprised Milan even let go of Reinders before City got him. Because he was such a good player for them as well, watching the Serie A.
He's been a bit of a unknown. I've not really heard much about him. And I think that's the replacement for Rodri at the moment, because Rodri's now been pushed back with injury. And we know that Rodri, he got injured last season against Arsenal. Man City were never the same. They didn't seem to have that midfield. And the problem is, I think, and this could be the worry, they need to get that service for Haaland, like De Bruyne. As soon as De Bruyne was no service for Haaland, City started to struggle. And then they had to rely on Foden and the wingers and other players, and they just didn't really step it up. Doku, he does too much, and then his final ball is not the best, He can score goals, don't get me wrong. But then, obviously, Grealish going as well, I think, and it could be interesting to see where these guys are coming. Because, obviously, the guys that made their debut, Cherki and Reinders, Cherki scored, Reinders scored, and has set up two goals. So that's a great start for City in my book, and Pep will be tick.
Yeah, they got a really strong squad though, Man City. You look through their team. You even look at their substitutes. Every single one of them starts in nearly every other Premier League team, pretty much. When you see the names that they've got, so yeah, squad depth obviously in a long season comes into it as well. Whether they found their spark back, Man City, that'd probably be the only question, but definitely looked like it on the weekend.
Okay. Chelsea and Palace. Hoosie, pretty abysmal, eh? And
yeah,
one of the biggest topics, wasn't it?
Yep, I've watched this game twice now, trying to figure out. I feel the VAR call out of Eze's goal was harsh. It's definitely a weird new rule saying it's too close to the wall. So, very hot topic of that whole game in total.
What about you, Nishka? Thoughts on this VAR strike back once again?
Don't get me started with VAR. I don't know. Yeah, there's too much controversy around it, so it needs to be more definitive. I think, like a bit more black and white rules, if so to speak, rather than hearsay. Like, I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
Bring back the old football.
Especially, I don't know. I didn't see too much of it on the weekend, but like last year with the VAR, when they're drawing lines across the screen and stuff, half these lines look like they're on 45-degree angles. You know,
You need a magnifying glass to fucking see them.
Yeah. I don't know.
The problem is that they bring all these things in, don't they? VAR technology. They put it into tennis. They put it into cricket. They put it into football. And, the referee have got all these headsets and these mics, right? And some of these decisions, you're thinking, like, seriously. And then you put a massive thing in the stadium to tell the fans no goal.
Yeah.
Like, are you asking for a fucking riot?
Yeah, it's crazy. Well, it's like even like I watch a lot of the AFL as well, and the umpires in the AFL too. They have the earpiece in, and they're getting coached while they're umpiring the game. It doesn't make sense to me. So they're getting told they're making a wrong decision. Then 5 minutes later, they make the complete opposite, and they just should be just left to referee the game, and then told after when they review it. Otherwise, you just get too much inconsistent results, I think.
Okay. All right. Well, we could talk a little bit more about that one. We've talked a little bit about Palace. Let's talk about Chelsea. 0-0 against Palace, Stamford Bridge. Maresca's not going to be happy with that result. I'm sure of it.
Yeah, but you can't count out going back to Crystal Palace. You can't count them out. Yeah, they might go down now when Eze leaves and goes to Arsenal. This transfer goes through. But most of that Chelsea squad are still learning to play together.
They buy so many players, Uzi, and then all of a sudden it's about getting squad depth. It's about learning with each other, morale. Like, you can't put 33 players on a pitch.
You only got to go back to like last season. Like the money they spent on Caicedo, it's just to rip him from underneath Liverpool's nose. Like, and what did he do? Like, he didn't have a great season. Like for that money, for the money you're spending, like they're just buying players for the sake of buying players. I think a lot of the time.
Changed his hair.
Yeah. Nah, well, me and my mates were saying when we were watching this game, he's got a team of the season card. We'll buy him.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's FIFA.
I think to be honest, but I think with Liam Delap, I think he'll like as he gets older, he'll if they can hold on to him, he'll be a good player for them in the long run. But and I think Gittins will be a good player too for them. But at the moment there's no cohesion in that team. They just can't get anything going. So I think it could take them a while to warm up this season, but I think once they get going, they should be all right.
All right. Well, we'll move over to Nottingham Forest and Brentford. Obviously 3-1. Chris Wood on the scoring sheet again. Nottingham Forest look strong. They do look very, very strong. They look like they've started exactly the same as they did last season. A team that was probably very unlucky to miss out on Champions League. Chris Wood was phenomenal last season. Losing Alanga, that was an interesting one to go to Newcastle. But we'll obviously talk about some of the signings they've signed in a couple of minutes. But no, they look like looking good, Forest. Yeah,
one of your homeland heroes, Chris Wood. He's he started on fire again, hasn't he?
I'm British. Yeah, one of my fucking homeland heroes. My homeland hero is like Michael Owen, and no, I have to say because I'm here. So
Yeah.
I don't actually rate him, to be honest with you, but yeah, that's another topic.
Well, yeah, I've never rated him either, but he keeps the same finding a way to find the back of the net, doesn't he? He just keeps scoring, so you can't really knock a guy who's doing that.
Nah, the same as they did very well to keep Morgan Gibb White at Forest as well. That's a big, big success for Forest there.
Unlucky Tottenham.
That's the same. We go back to the Tottenham conversation. They missed out on Morgan Gibb White. They've missed out on Eze. So that's going to be a very interesting end the transfer window for them.
Sorry, I had to put that in there.
SJ Husey, what do you guys make of Brentford? Like, obviously, I thought they overachieved a little bit last season. Like, they had a pretty decent season by their standards. Do you think they're gonna drop away this season?
I reckon they'll survive just this year. I reckon they'll survive.
No, I think they're in trouble. I think if they lose Visser, I think they're in trouble. I can't see where the goals are going to come from. Thomas Frank, good manager. Shame he's gone to a shit club, but yeah, it is what it is. For me, Nishka, I think Brentford could be in a relegation battle.
Yeah, I think I'm with you there, Shay, as well. I don't see Lewis Potter banging in enough goals to stay up. I don't think.
Well, you got they've been starting that new signing. Is it Thiago, whatever his name is?
Yeah, you got Thiago. Yeah,
Brazilian, young.
Yeah, he scored the pen, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a tough one. We'll let the guys in the stream or in the comments see what they think about Brentford. Fire it in there. We've still got some questions in there. Should Isaac leave? On the Q&A at the moment, we've done a few polls. Sunderland, Newcastle this season. Everyone's going for Newcastle. West Ham staying up. Everyone has decided to choose West Ham to stay up. So we'll have to wait and see what happens there. Bringing those comments in. We'll go to the next game. Hey, probably was the biggest opener of the game, wasn't it, of the season? Man United and Arsenal. Wow, history repeats itself.
I got worried. I really did. We were very lucky for United not to score. There was plenty of times where Saliba and Gabriel did their job again. If it wasn't for them, I reckon it would have been a whole different game.
Yeah, I think you get that a little bit, Husey, when you score an early goal. Yeah, you tend to be able to get bogged down in your own half a little bit and let the other team sort of have the ball. I feel like once you get stuck in that mindset as well, you can just get stuck there. I feel like that's kind of what happened. But the worrying thing for United is having that much of the ball and not being able to break his down and be able to score. That's a worry, I think, if you're a United fan. But whether they can come out and replicate what they've done in the first game and actually find the back of the net, that's going to be the challenge for them, I think.
And then another hot topic. What are your thoughts on Gyökeres' first Premier League game?
You want to go first, SJ?
Shit, innit? It was absolutely fucking terrible. I'll be honest, And this is the thing. You come to the Premier League, you're either a hero or you're a flop. And there's so many players have done it. Like Fernando Torres, he went to Liverpool, absolutely phenomenal. What a player. Chelsea, shit. Absolute shit. And this is the problem. You've got those strikers out there that the club, the fans want. You've got to pay the money. We're talking 100 million, we're talking 80 million or whatever. And look at the amount of money that they want for Isaac, And I think they only paid 60 million from Real Sociedad for him, and no one knew what he was going to do in the Premier League. Gyökeres is probably the elite of strikers out there, apart from obviously Ronaldo, obviously at the age of 40, I think he's 41 now, and Messi, they've all obviously gone to America and Saudi. it's a lot of pressure, coming to the Premier League. It's the most quickest up-tempo league out there. We got the Farmers League, you got press, and you can have a cup of tea and then still press. It's so up-tempo. You've got seconds with the ball. He needs time, and you need time to adapt. And Man United, wow, what a game. I think this week at the Emirates at Leeds, I think we'll see, but not the best performance, to be honest with you, which was a bit of a shame, because as a fan, you want to see, players to score in the debut. So, I wasn't impressed, unfortunately, but give him time. Got to give him time.
Nishka?
Yeah, I'm very similar there with what SJ's saying, but then I go back to the comment you sort of made about the players in FIFA getting the team of the seasons and their names being boosted, and that's kind of how I feel about this guy, to be honest. Because before he come to Arsenal, I was like, oh, what's this guy? What's this guy done? So now he's got to come and do it in the Premier League. Yeah.
You know something who I was quite impressed with their debut? Zubimendi. I reckon he played very well with Odegaard and Rice there in the middle. I reckon he's fitted in within that midfield real nicely.
Yeah. Well, he's a very good player. I think Liverpool had been looking at trying to buy him as well at one point. I would have been happy if we signed him too. But I think he's a very good player. The question I want to ask you two boys, being Arsenal fans, is where, if you get Eze, or when, looks like now, but where's he going to fit into this side?
I reckon he'll take Martinelli's spot on my left wing. I really do. Especially with Havertz now being out injured with his knee after the first game. I reckon he'll slot into that left wing spot for Martinelli, especially if Martinelli leaves.
SJ, your thoughts?
I think it's a tough one, isn't it? Because it's like a replacement for Odegaard a little bit. The guy is the captain. A lot of people are not happy with him being captain. They wanted Rice this season, but apparently most of the guys in the changing room and in the club in itself voted for Odegaard. Thinks he's faultless. Does he do enough for Arsenal? You can't play a player like Eze on the bench. You can't. He's a starter for Palace. He's we'll talk about transfer gossip. We think he's on his way. Is he a winger? Do Arsenal need that runner? Like Saka. Saka is a tremendous footballer, but he's burnt out. And we don't want to do that again. We don't want to burn him out. We're just going to ruin him. Martinelli just seems to just run after everything, but doesn't do anything with it. Matchweek, we've brought in from Chelsea.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have to wait and see. I hope it's not a fucking another Sterling situation, because that was no comment. I don't know. I think he'll play winger and he'll play maybe off Odegaard. Maybe I don't know. They may go. The problem is, we want to go into this too much because obviously we've got one more team to go for, or two more teams to go through. But you've gone Thomas Partey, which is a CDM. It was amazing for Atletico Madrid. That's why we bought him, right? You had Rice that could then play that number 6 or number 8. No one had any clue of if he's a 6 or he's an 8. But Rice was the one that always attacked, and Partey was always the one that defended. Can Zubimendi do that? We've seen that he's great with the ball. He's great at passing ability and great. But when he's one-on-one or and attacking in the other way, can he defend? Because we don't want to be in a situation where we've got 3 attacking players like Rice, Eze, and Odegaard, or maybe Zubimendi in there, and we've got no one that can defend. And then we've got to rely on our back 4, because that's not going to work. It's all about having attack, which was one of the problems that Arsenal had last season, is scoring goals and everyone jumping in. And I don't know. I think he's a baller, don't get me wrong, Eze is an absolute baller. Watched him at Palace, can change things very quickly. Is it going to suit Arteta's tactics? Because now they've got Gyökeres, who is very, very different to Havertz, very different to Jesus. He's that type of player. He's a bulldozer. You've seen him. He's a big bloke. But he needs the service. And if Odegaard is not delivering, which he didn't really do much last season, to be honest with you, then Eze may replace Odegaard.
Yeah, that's kind of how it looks to me. Yeah, I don't think you can have both those guys in the same team. I don't think it works. It's similar to the situation with Wirtz and Szoboszlai at Liverpool. I don't think both those guys can play in the same team. Just doesn't work.
What about you, Izzy? What's your thoughts? Because it looks like Eze is going to go on the wing.
Yeah, see, if you go back to the Crystal Palace, when he's at Palace, he plays on the wing. Same as when he plays England, he also plays on the wing. So I reckon it'd be like his natural. I reckon he'd be fine. It's just be just getting him the gel with Gyökeres, and then having Rice and Odegaard behind him. Just having that confidence, knowing he's going to have those type of players behind him. And Zubimendi, when he was it Royal Sociedad he come from? Was that where he come from, Zubimendi?
Yeah. Yep.
I'm pretty sure when I last had a look, Zubimendi was actually a defensive midfielder out there in the Spanish league. So that might be the whole reason they signed him, because of a full party replacement.
Yeah.
And he's also younger. He's only 25 years old.
Yeah, he's definitely a better holding midfielder, Zubimendi.
Well, we're going to have to wait and find out. All right, the last club, well, two clubs, which was obviously on the Tuesday night, which is obviously the newly promoted Leeds United versus Everton. Last one of match week number 1. Thoughts, guys?
I feel like Grealish got hard done by.
You thought Grealish got hard done by?
Didn't make the start.
Moving to Everton.
Yeah, that too. But he also didn't even start for Everton.
Yeah.
Where did that come from?
I'm not sure what's going on there. Why he's not starting, or whether that's an attitude thing. I don't know. We all know he's a bit of a wild child, so yeah, that could have something to do with that. I think from this game, the more important thing here is I feel like we need to talk more about Leeds here. They dominated this. I know it only shows a 1-0 win and they scored a pen, but they dominated this game. They owned the ball, dominated the shots. Everton. Oh, I don't know. I'd be worried if I was an Everton supporter. That pleases me, being a Liverpool supporter, but non-biased point of view, I'd be pretty concerned if I was an Everton fan.
Yeah, no, I thought these played really, really well. I thought they look like they're real good. They've got a real good bunch of guys together. They're playing obviously Everton, who've been in the Premier League for quite a while. Leeds United look like they're going to be back up there, and well, they've just signed another new player as well, which is going to be very interesting. I think, I think Everton were a bit unlucky. Don't get me wrong, but they didn't seem to do much. It's always shit to lose against a team on penalty. But yeah, I was quite disappointed. I thought Everton would have done a lot more. And like you say, yeah, Jack Grealish, you've got a player of his ability, which is on loan as well, which was, I couldn't believe when I heard it when he went. And you're not playing him. I don't know. I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah. But yeah, Leeds, I reckon Leeds played very well that game. They played very well.
They're going to surprise some. They're going to surprise some teams, I think, this year. Like they're not going to be an easy team to beat. Especially like Pascal Stry in centre back. He's a very good player. He's very underrated, I think.
All right. Okay. All right. Well, let's go over to our transfer gossip. Who's have you got anything for us? What's going on in the football transfers?
Well, we'll go back to the Eze conversation, shall we? While we're at it, that's one of the big hot topics within the transfer window. Arsenal hijacking Tottenham's transfer of Eze, 67 million. It's looking like it's a done deal. What are your thoughts on this whole? Do you feel like Tottenham have been hard done by, or without being biased? Nishka, I'll start with you. I already know what Eshe's going to say.
Oh, it's same old story for Tottenham, isn't it? They're just it's hard to feel sorry for them, but yeah.
What do we think of Tottenham, Nishka?
Shit.
What do we think of shit?
Tottenham.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's like also you got the I'm just trying to get it back up. So I just had it. It's about the Isaac. What's going on with him? There's words that he might even leave the Premier League.
Yeah, I think with Isak now, I think it's a case of burnt bridge now. It's Newcastle are going to get what they can for him now. It's what it's looking like. Obviously they'll hold out for the best offer, and yeah, they don't have to rush into anything. They could still sell him in the our summer transfer window, but the winter transfer period. So yeah.
What was I reading? I was reading something earlier that didn't Liverpool offer him 110 mil? Was it 110 mil for him?
Yeah, I do think Liverpool they're going to pay what they have to pay to get him. I think that's how it's going to go. But whether I'm not happy about it, but yeah, hopefully if they do cough up the money, it pays the dividends. Hopefully he bangs in some goals.
Because there was also Atletico Madrid are also in the chase now.
You can go back to Spain. Remember, Jeddah, what did it? Saudi Arabia offered him 600 grand a week to go to like El Hal, and he went no. You know, it's all right. Kingsley Coman has just gone to Saudi Arabia from Bayern Munich, who a lot of clubs were chasing him, and it's like because Ronaldo's there, everyone thinks it's amazing. But what was it? Did Aston Villa striker of Turan? Didn't he go there? And he's now gone back. It's not all that. There's a lot of players over there from the Premier League. It reminds me a little bit like retirement home. All the players go from Premier League to America, bigger wages, just to hide their profiles. Beckham, Gerrard, Owen, all gone. But didn't stay long. Messi is it in at Miami, but
yeah,
really, are you like Suarez in at Miami? There's a lot of players going in at Miami because obviously it's David Beckham's club, but I think the thing is with Saudi Arabia, they can offer the money, so that's where all the players are going to go. If he wants to play proper football and wants to win trophies, then he's either going to stay in the Premier League and he is going to make the jump to Liverpool, and Liverpool are going to have to break records probably, because Newcastle. The thing is, you got to think, and I know you're saying this, Nishka, because you're a Liverpool fan, but the thing is, like Newcastle in a situation, week and a half left of the transfer market. Who can they get in with that amount of money, and how much are they going to pay? Because Newcastle have been trying to get Vissa for the last week or 2 weeks, and 40 million been rejected from Brentford. So you're looking at 50 million, maybe, to get him in. And you've also got to look at replacements. And the thing is, there's people who are talking about Eze as well, but Crystal Palace have bought the Leicester City winger in. So they've replaced Eze straight away, And Glasner said in his press conference this morning when they played conference football, it's their fault that they haven't got a replacement if any of these guys leave. Because you've got to be onto it, and That's the problem with Newcastle, I think, in this Isaac situation. Do they need him? Do Liverpool really need him? Maybe, maybe not. You know, you just spent 83 million on Hugo and Teki, or what the bloody hell his name is. You've got Darwin Núñez you sold, Luis Diaz you sold. If I was to look at someone you would replace, it'd be a winger,
Yeah,
not a striker.
You got to remember we've lost Jota as well.
Yeah.
Amongst that as well. So we lost 3 quality attackers, but I think starting Cody Gakpo, I think that's massive for us as well. Like he's a very good player, and I didn't understand so much last season when they're playing him off the bench, and I think playing him on that left where Diaz is sort of playing, that's his position, and I think he should be starting there anyway. So where does Isak come into it? You got Salah on the right, and then you got Ikatike playing through the middle. It's what you're gonna rotate those two like in strike? Well, you're paying well over 100 million for a player to rotate him off the bench with another player. It just doesn't make sense to me. It's crazy money.
Yeah. Well, it's like on other news, Nicholas Jackson going to Aston Villa.
Oh shit, though, and he come on.
I think he had to move away from Chelsea. I think he had to have a bit of a fresh start. I think, but you just don't know how he could turn out there. Like look at Rashford when he went there. Like he turned into a different player. It's like he got his life back again. So you just don't know. The move sometimes good for some of these players.
Was like Rashford at Barcelona.
Didn't think I would see that. No way. But
yeah, interesting one.
Man United, no. Yeah, no. It's strange, real strange, because Rashford is. I wanted Rashford at Arsenal. I thought he was a great rotational player for like Saka and but Arsenal just didn't want to pay the money, And I think the problem is with these guys, it's wages.
Yeah,
it's wages. Like Arsenal linked with Rodrigo, right? And they've turned around and they said they want to get him on loan. I don't think Real Madrid are going to let him go on loan. No way, to be honest with you. But if we want to buy him, he's going to be $270 a week, and then you've got more money than our top signings, and that's the problem. We spent 100 million on Rice. I think we got a bargain. I think Rice is phenomenal.
Worth more.
Grealish 100 million. No, he got done over there. Rice 100 million. He's just there's 2 free kicks that he scored in the Champions League. It was just outrageous. Still didn't win any fucking trophies, but great player. I think, money's the key, isn't it? Money's the key and wages is the key for these guys.
What would you be in Chelsea and just say you sell Jackson? Who would you sign? Garnacho or Xavi Simons from Ajax? Well, I'll be last pick now. Sorry.
Should put that in a poll. Who's he?
I can't do it. It's all you.
Poor me. Love it. Well, no one voted on the last one.
Because that was the last thing I saw about Chelsea signings was it's either Garnacho or Xavi Simons.
All right, I'll put it in. I would
have loved to have seen Xavi Simons at Liverpool, to be fair.
I don't think he'd fit in our team now after signing Wirtz and that.
Nah.
I can't see him getting much game time there. But
None of it works.
if you're asking me Xavi Simons or Garnacho, I'm taking Xavi Simons.
Yeah. What about yourself, SJ?
It's hard, isn't it? I can't vote in the poll. You guys are the only ones that can vote. See, Garnacho is Prem proven. That's the problem. So I'm going Garnacho on this one because he's Prem proven. Simons isn't. Great player. Don't get me wrong.
Prem proven to what extent though, SJ? Like what?
Well, he scores
United.
goals, doesn't he?
He's just played there.
No, as in proven as in he knows what the Premier League's all about. So I think different club, different management. I think he'll be pretty. I think he's one to watch out for. Garnacho's always been a good player. It's just his attitude stinks, and can you control that? And then that just goes back to the likes of Balotelli when he played for Man City. He scored that goal and he banged off his shoulder. So if you don't want the attitude problem, then you go for Simmons. But if you've got Premier League proven that can score goals and knows what it's all about, then I'd go Garnacho.
Yeah, no, the reason I leaned towards Simmons, I think he's got the potential to be a good player in the Premier League. You can only find out whether they're going to be proven by playing them there. So I think it's worth taking a chance on a guy who's got the potential, got the attitude, over a guy who's been there and's got a shit attitude. I don't know. That's just my opinion how I'd go about it.
Well, we also missed another big transfer for a club. Benjamin Sesko to United. How did you think he went for the 25 minutes that he got to play?
Same as Gyökeres. Shit. If he would have probably played at the beginning, I think we may have been having a different conversation here.
I agree.
If we had longer to impact the game, you're bringing on a player that 25 minutes. Look at Mbemo and Kuna. Kuna and Mbemo they were brilliant. Honestly, they were on fire. But they just couldn't do anything with it because our defense is just rock solid. Probably one of the best in the Premier League, I would probably say. But you bring Sesko into that, you take Mason Mount off, which I think is crap anyway.
I couldn't figure out why they started Mason Mount.
Yeah, no. Guy's been injured more than anyone. I think that game changes. I think you're going to have a force. Big bloke, isn't he? Big, tall guy.
6'5", 6'6"?
Yeah. Bad decision from United. I'd have given him. I think the reason why they haven't is because he's literally done nothing. He's literally joined the club on a plane, signed, ran around a training field for one day, and that's it. And there's a game. So
he's 22, 6'6".
You'll see him play this weekend. You'll see him start this weekend, 100%. Put money on it.
Because I reckon that United lineup would have been absolutely petrifying if you put Sesko up top and then Beno and Tuna behind him. That is petrifying.
Yep.
Nishka?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what to make of him, to be honest. Old Sesko. But I don't have too much to comment on that one.
It's goals, isn't it? It's goals. That's the problem. It's goals because he hasn't scored the goals that the other guys have scored. So, okay.
Wait and see.
Well, we are going to have to wait and see.
I've got one for you. I don't know how much you know about this guy, but I have a slight interest in Leeds since my best mate's a passionate Leeds supporter, always has been. Okafor from AC Milan. They just signed him. Do we think he's going to be an answer for them to score some more goals? I've seen that they played well that first game. Probably lacked the finishing touch. Is that something that's going to help them out a lot?
I reckon yes. Unfortunately, I haven't got my camera on. I'm currently wearing an AC Milan shirt with Oscar on the back. So,
why isn't that on? God, disappointing.
I reckon he was quality in the Serie A. Unfortunately, he also went to Napoli as a loan spell for a bit before he got sold. But he's still young. He's young and he's quick. So I reckon he'll fit into that Leeds team so well. It just gives him another attacking force.
Yeah.
I reckon that Everton game, I reckon that would have been a higher scoring game if he played.
Yeah, I agree. 100% agree. They've got that Tanaka that plays in the midfield. He's a baller, man. That guy. He's a very good player. I'll be surprised if a big team doesn't try and come in and pinch him off them. But they've got the what should I say? Like they got the smaller sort of like niffier guys, but they need this. They need the finishing power, and I think that's what he's going to bring to them. It's going to help them out.
I'm going to say it, and I'm going to say this as my thing. I reckon Leeds will be playing conference football next year.
They won't be far off. I reckon you're not far off with that prediction there, Husey. I reckon. I could see them finishing top 10 easily.
Yeah, I could see them playing conference football.
Do you see them doing a Forest?
Yeah. Especially the signings that they've done. Leeds, I've always liked watching Leeds play. They're a quality team, which is unfortunate when they went down, and now they've come back up, and they've restructured that team completely. And yeah, signing Oshkov, I'll be interested. I can't wait to watch them play.
They're very similar to when Newcastle got relegated and stuff like that. They've always had the strong fan base and the supporters. I think they just need one or two decent seasons back in the Prem, and they can be a really strong club again in the Premier League. I think, especially if they get some money power behind them as well.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. Well, that's a good one. Well, that's transfer gossip done. It's match week 1 done. Going over to match week 2 this week. We'll talk about the games, and then we'll go predictions, and then we'll wrap it up there, gents. Match week 2 tomorrow in the morning. West Ham and Chelsea. It's a derby. Well, there's 2 derbies there that Chelsea are playing. Palace and now West Ham at the old West Ham Stadium.
3-0 Chelsea.
You're going predictions straight away.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to write these down, by the way.
I'll do it.
You write these down. Okay, all right. I'll let you write these down. We'll put them in a table and we'll see who wins. All right? Are we going for scores or are we going for results? Like wins, draw, loss? What do you think? Or are we actually going to go for prediction of score?
We can do predictions of score, but we'll go off who wins off the wins.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We'll go off that then.
I'll go
All right.
Chelsea.
Who's going? Chelsea 3-1. 3-1.
3-0
Yep.
Chelsea.
3-0. Okay.
Yep. SJ.
I'll go 2-1 Chelsea.
1-0 Chelsea.
Oof. Roger. Nick, what do you want to talk about this game?
Man City and Tottenham.
Man City and Tottenham. I'll let Nishka go first.
This is a tough one. It's a daddy hat, isn't it? Oh, I'll go Man City. Man City 2-0.
SJ?
2-0 Man City. I'm never going to vote Tottenham. So I'm going to go 4-1. I think I'll wipe the floor with them.
So I'm going to be a bit different here. I reckon it's going to be a 1-1 draw.
All right. Bournemouth and Wolves.
I think who's going first? Yeah.
Whoever.
2-0. There you go.
You just stole mine. No, I was going to say 2-0 Bournemouth. I think Bournemouth just get the job done at home.
I'll put you both down, Nishka.
Yeah, I'll go
2-0.
Definitely.
2-0 to who? The Wolves.
Bournemouth. No. That'd be silly.
I've got Wolves get relegated as if I'm... I need them to lose as many games as I can.
So I'm going to be different again.
Of course you are.
Because I'm a difficult human. You
are, because you've got no bloody camera.
I'm going to go 1-0 Wolves.
Oh. Really?
Yeah.
At fatality?
Yeah. I really do.
Nishka, what's he smoking?
I don't know. It must be because the team's orange like McLaren. I don't know what it is.
They're a good team.
Yay!
They're a good team. Don't get me wrong. They've got some good players. But they were shit against City.
They were horrendous.
Yeah, no. You go with that prediction. There's
You're
no money
Husey.
on that.
3-1.
Nobody put that in your multis. Nobody.
No, do not listen to him at all on that.
Burnley Sunderland. I reckon it'll be 3-1 Sunderland.
I go 2-1 Sunderland.
I'll have 2-0 Sunderland.
I think Burnley will get like an off the post.
Off the
Hey! Ah!
big long ball.
Yeah, I think they will. I think they'll get like a set piece goal. Scrappy,
Yeah. That's the only way I can see them scoring, to be fair.
I reckon it'll be a pen or something.
Okay.
What we got next? Brentford and Villa.
2-2.
2-2. Nishka.
I'm going to go Villa 1-0.
I am going to go 2-0 Villa.
That's at home at Brentford, actually.
Well, you know what? No, I'm going to go 1-0 Brentford. 1-0 Brentford.
I was waiting for him to say, I'm going to be different.
I am.
I'm
Different.
going to pick a draw.
Arsenal Leeds.
I'll go last on this one.
Oh, I reckon it'll be 3-0 Arsenal.
I'm going to go 1-1.
Oh, ouch.
Piss off! Piss off! I like you, but I don't know about that. Really? At Emirates? You think
Yeah,
fucking Arsenal are going to fuck that up?
No, yeah, Arsenal weren't. They weren't. They didn't have a killer instinct in that first game, I don't think. So I don't know. Leeds played well. I think they can grab something there if Arsenal don't come to play. You don't want to underestimate them, I don't think.
No.
Yeah, I think you could get a draw there.
With this and their new signing, probably will start too.
I'll go 2-1.
2-1.
I think we'll scrape through it. I think it'll be tough. I don't think it'll be easy. But yeah, you just don't know, do you? You know, Grace could turn up and score a bloody hat trick in the first 15 minutes.
Yeah, that could happen. 100% it could.
Palace and Forest. Nishka, you can go first.
I have a feeling Eze won't be playing this game, so I think Forest will get the job done 2-0.
He's actually done, Nishka. He signs his medical to Arsenal tomorrow.
So it's completed. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. No Eze. Yep.
He's gone. He's
Forest
because he didn't play in the conference. He didn't play in the Conference League their game today, so he's gone.
Yep.
So, and I think with that, don't get me wrong. Palace have got a great team. Warburton, Mateta. I'll go for a 1-1.
1-1.
Yeah,
I'm going to go 2-1 Forest.
I'll go 1-1.
How is it too late, Hizzy?
No, it's not.
I got to say Forest 3-0. Chris Wood hat trick. Doing
3-0.
it for his homeland.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna write in bracket Chris Wood hat trick.
Is Daniel watching this? Daniel, are you watching this? Because what the hell is Nish gone about? 3-0 Woods hat trick. No. Jesus.
Hey, Daniel's close enough to being in your homeland too, down in Tasmania there.
Everton and Brighton.
Oh, this is
I'm going to go a 0-0 draw.
Yeah, this is an ugly game to pick this one. I'll say 1-1 draw.
SJ?
2-1.
Ooh,
Brighton.
2, Brighton. I'm going to put this all into a proper table each week. Fulham and Man United.
3-1 United.
SJ, 3-0 United.
3-1.
3-1.
3-1. Yeah, 3-1.
Nishka?
Fulham 1-0.
Ooh! Oh! Put that in your multi! Off the post!
Oh, wow. What made you say that?
Yeah, it'd just be a United thing to do, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it
That's
would be.
good.
Fulham
I'm
off the post.
I'm going to be similar. I reckon it's going to be 2-1 Fulham.
It's one of those goals off the post.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You-
We've got to-
And
Yeah,
then
but it will be. It'll be like it'll be some header down into the ground, bounces over the keeper, hits the crossbar, in off the post,
And then they call us.
and then they want the VAR
Oh,
as
yeah.
well.
Yeah, I mean that. Hang on. Get my magnifying glass out.
They drew a line like this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, he's on.
well, the biggest game of the the second biggest game of the week, Liverpool and Newcastle at St James's Park.
It's always scary going there.
Ah,
It is.
You're going to laugh at my prediction.
Go on, SJ, you're first.
I'm going 4-0 Liverpool. I think they'll absolutely kill them. I think
I'll go last.
No Isaac. Gordon. I'll go 4-1. I think Newcastle will give a scrapey goal, but I think Liverpool will run away with it. I think too strong. What's going on?
Especially with the Liverpool Newcastle history and the way that every time they play each other, it's always an interesting game. I'm going to go 1-1.
Draw. Jesus, Liverpool will not want that.
Mishka.
I'm gonna say 3-1, and I reckon we'll be up 2-1. 2-0, sorry, with about 20 minutes to play, and we'll concede a goal, and we'll have to get another one to get the job done. Just how we like living on the edge.
Yeah.
Well, that's the week.
No, I think it'll be a higher score that one. I think just with Newcastle, what's going on at the moment, and the game against Villa, terrible, absolutely terrible. Got two good players there, Harvey Barnes and Gordon, but I got no striker. They're playing Gordon up front,
Yeah.
and it's like that moves him around. Alanga, he'll be dangerous at Liverpool, and you've got no right back. So I think he can cause whoever's marking him. I think he could cause Kirkers a lot of problems.
I think the midfield battle will be the one to watch in that game there. Between so you got Tonali, Mirage, up against McAllister, Verts, these guys. I think that's where the game's going to be won. If we can get on top in that middle there and deny them the ball, I think they're going to struggle big time against us. I think.
Oh, yeah, it's an interesting one. It is going to be an interesting one.
Be a good game to watch.
I think it will be. Yeah. All right. Well, the first game. Yeah, your time will tell. The first game is tomorrow morning, guys. 5 a.m. for you, 7 o'clock for me. West
3
Ham
a.m. for us.
3 a.m. Yeah.
Yeah. West Ham and Chelsea, the derby. And then the next game after that will be Man City and Tottenham. So they'll be the games tomorrow. And we'll get on board with match week 3. Anything else from you guys? Any other football news that we can think of?
No, just next thing within the next couple of weeks, we'll start seeing the Champions League tables and draws start coming out, which will be interesting to see.
Yes. And we'll have to we'll do a watch along as well if we can, if you're up, Hoosie. When some of our clubs play each other, I think the big one is the Liverpool game, isn't it? We'll be watching along on that. I'm definitely going to be online for that.
What time is that game on for us?
I'll be able to tell you right now.
Liverpool, Arsenal. Oh, it's not bad. 11 o'clock for us, Nishka.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's a good time, that game.
Sounds like
Keen for a watch along on that?
Sounds like beers at Nishka's house.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just get a flight over there. No worries. Yeah.
See when you get here.
See you in 26 hours. I need that boat.
Yeah, get that boat out.
So I can row in there.
I don't know about you boys, but I think something that we can maybe add in for the viewers to get involved in next week, what their thoughts are. We can maybe put a team of the week up from our thoughts. We get something together before we jump on. And put something up for the viewers to get involved in for next week.
Yeah. Sounds good. I'm keen on that. Yeah. Team of the week. Just name 11 players who we think perform the best.
Yeah, and even if we do our own ones and we just then we can compare them. Let the viewers
Sweet.
Especially
I'll
with
write
the
them all
whole-
down. That's a bit of homework for us, guys. There we go.
Yeah,
Homework.
that's good.
All right, Hoosie, thank you very much. Nishka, thank you very much. And yeah, we'll be back same time, not obviously same time. Yeah, same time next week. Obviously a little bit later. We'll be back on 7:05 for more action of the post. What should we talk about next week? Should we talk about? Should we change it up? Should we go to Serie A next week? See how they're getting on? Or are we just going to go Premier League because it's the best league in the world?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't watch too much Serie A, to be honest. So
Yeah, it's
That's
Farmers
more-
League. It's shit anyway.
more my
Yeah.
department being with the Italian missus I have and all her family.
Well, there you go.
I get conned in to watch the Serie A.
we
You're
could do a
wearing an
little.
AC Milan shirt that we can't fucking see.
We could do a little part on it. We could do a
Okay.
little segment where we see what's happening in the leagues, like the Bundesliga.
You do like
Serie
a
A.
worldwide sector.
Yeah, just a quick coverage, the tables and that.
Sweet. All right. Well, there you go. We'll be back obviously next week, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in. And yeah, feel free, jump in, give us a little bit of a sub. We are brand new. We've only got 4 subs at the moment, but bring them in, get your messages in, your comments in. Feel free to tune in and watch the YouTube channel. It is off the post. It's brand new. We're looking for something a bit different. A couple of guys getting amongst it, getting amongst all the football drama. We'll have Keeper in next week, which will be great. So there'll be 4 of us talking shit. And hopefully Hoosie is not advertising a racing league and instead advertising off the post. Isn't that right, Hoosie?
Yeah, why not? Nothing wrong with a bit of a racing league, though.
No,
Nothing wrong with it.
No, not at all. All right, guys, thank you very much, and we'll see you next week. And thank you for tuning in to Off the Post.